Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to take a look at Balthier, who is going to be getting a rework, his FR Echo, and his brand new BT weapon. Not only that, but we also have the twins, who are going to be getting their rework, their BT rework, and their brand new FR weapon. We're going to take a look at what changes they are going to be getting in their kits. We're going to look at their brand new weapons, and I'm going to let you guys know whether or not you should pull for either of these two characters in the upcoming banners. So, do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, if you're going to be pulling for Balthier, the twins, or both characters in the upcoming banners. Feel free to let me know. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So we'll first start off with Balthier's rework. So his skill 1, Snatch Shot Plus, deals 4 HP attacks with 50% splash after each HP attack. His skill 2, Great Aim Plus, triggers twice. His EX deals an AoE HP attack 5 times. His Snatch buff adds a 20% attack up and 30% HP damage up. His FR, while active and you're attacking a target with no active buffs, gains a 30% party HP damage up and HP damage cap up. Now his BT effect lasts for 6 turns and grants the following. Any stolen buffs that Balthier steals are granted to the party and is extended by 3 turns. It triggers the Gorgon Shot follow-up attack after he attacks. The party will gain a 50% Brave damage up, 20% HP damage up, 30% HP damage cap up, and a 50% Brave damage cap up. The Gorgon Shot follow-up deals an AoE split HP attack 4 times that inflicts the Gorgon Shot debuff to all targets for 1 turn. Now the debuff makes it so that any incoming enemy Brave and or HP attacks will be dealing 0 damage, and the debuff will dispel after it is triggered. Now the twins rework to their EX Sonic Fangs deals an AoE HP attack 6 times. The LD Mega Flare deals an AoE HP attack 4 times. The Mega Barrage Summon buff adds HP damage up and stolen Brave damage up depending on the amount of enemies on the field. The BT rework gains more Brave potency. The BT effect got extended to 8 turns and adds the following. Now these percentages again depends on the amount of enemies you're going up against, but they will be getting an HP damage cap up increase to themselves. The party is going to be getting an HP damage cap up increase and HP damage up. Now with Yuri as their partner, the twins FR deals an AoE HP attack 4 times. While active, it enchants the party with a 20% Fire, Ice, Thunder, Water, and Earth elements. When dealing Elemental Weakness Brave damage, they gain a 50% HP damage up / HP damage cap up. Now, the FR conditions are as follows. A 30% increase whenever a teammate deals HP damage to multiple targets. A 20% increase whenever a teammate attacks with 1 element. And a 20% increase whenever a teammate attacks with 2 elements. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for Balthier. Now Balthier, he is able to dispel buffs, and the way that he does it is that he steals those enemy buffs and he grants it to himself. But now with his BT effect, he is going to be sharing that with the party. Not only that, but he is able to cleanse any debuffs from himself and or his teammates, just depending on which abilities that you are going to use. Now when it comes to his BT effect and the rework that he got, it makes his damage output so much higher. So when you take a look at the amount of HP dumps that his skills is going to do, and this is going to include his rework and his BT effect being active, his skill 1 is going to be dealing 8 HP attacks. His skill 2, remember his skill 2 triggers twice, so we are going to include that as well. He is going to be dealing 10 HP attacks in total. His EX ability is going to deal 9. His LD ability is going to deal 10. So when it comes to damage output, if that is something that is very important to you whenever you are putting together a team for a fight, then Balthier definitely has that cover when it comes to DPS, and he is going to add on top of whatever team setup that you got going on, or if you're going to treat him as a 3rd slot unit and take advantage of every utility that he does offer, then you can do that too, knowing that his damage output is going to be very good. Now his FR is super situational, and this is also going to include this is also going to be related to his BT effect as well, because his BT effect, even though it is going to increase his damage output, his BT effect is short at 6 turns. So if you are planning to use his FR, whether it be the main force time or whether you are going to use his FR Echo, because his FR Echo does have instant turn rate. So if you are going to use this BT effect, I recommend that you use it afterwards, because if not, you are going to lose 2 turns on that BT effect because of the fact that you have it active before you start spamming FR Echo, or if you start using his or if you're going to use his FR as the main force time. So consider doing that, so that way you can extend the longevity of his BT effect. The other thing about his FR is that his FR is super situational. The percentages on his FR can be very high, and what I love about it is the fact that it also includes off-turn triggers, which there was a fight when a couple months ago there was a fight where I took Balthier and Beatrix. Remember, Beatrix is able to dispel one enemy buff with her counterattacks, and while I had Balthier's force time active, I was actually gaining HP damage bonus because of the fact that part of his FR conditions is that whenever you dispel an enemy buff, it also includes off turns. So like Balthier and Beatrix working together is a very strong combo. But again, his FR is super duper situational. If you know the bosses are going to be constantly buffing themselves, then I would say then Balthier's FR would be perfect. If not, then you can easily take advantage of his FR Echo, so long as you are able to meet the main force times conditions. Then that's an instant turn rate FR Echo, which will equal you increasing the HP damage bonus much faster. And that'll be like one less thing that you have to do. So like, his FR is super situational. There is a pro, but there is a con to it. And overall, in my opinion, I do feel like he is a very strong third slot character with the utility that he does have, that BT effect, which increases damage output, and also the fact that it does inflict that debuff, making it so that whenever the enemy attacks, it's not going to do anything to anybody. So you're going to be safe for that one turn whenever that target does attack your team. So it's another add-on that they added to Balthier. So overall, I do think that Balthier is a very strong character in terms of utility, in terms of his damage output. Is he necessarily needed to have? Not really. I don't really think that he's like a must-have. He is a very strong convenience to have, but I would say, like, if you have already pulled for a lot of these, let's say a lot of these like support characters that we had recently, a lot of the utility characters. Let's say if you pulled for Quina, let's say if you pulled for Arrow. Let's go ahead and add all of the meta characters, all of the meta supports, utility, damage dealers, etc. If you feel comfortable enough with what you have, and if you are waiting for something else later down this month, I would say Balthier is a pretty safe skip. To my knowledge, I don't believe that his kit has been reran just yet. Anybody can quote me down in the comments below if I am incorrect on that. So I just wanted to add that in there in case you were wondering if his kit is been rerun or not. I'll probably make sure and add it to a pinned comment if I am wrong on that. But yeah, overall though, if you for what he does, being a dispeller, being a cleanser, being a strong damage dealer, if you already have that covered with a lot of the recent characters that we have had as of late, I would say Balthier is a pretty safe skip. But if you do pull for him, he is going to be a very strong third slot character. He can even be treated as a main DPS if he really wanted to. Like if you add some strong support to him, maybe even a follow-up attacker, then yeah, Balthier can definitely be a very strong unit. But in my opinion, I do feel like Balthier is a pretty safe skip unless he is a favorite or unless you are needing some of the things that I have mentioned so far. Now, when it comes to the twins, they were the AoE gods because of the amount of damage that they did in the past, especially whenever you use the LD ability, because it would trigger twice whenever you are going up against 2+ enemies. So their damage output, the BT effect, whenever you are going up against 2+ enemies, the more enemies, the better, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. So like, you're going to get higher percentages when it comes to the BT effect and what they offer to the party. You're going to get stronger damage output when it comes to the twins attacking multiple targets. Like, yeah, they are at best when it comes to going up against 2+ enemies. But do not ever take them to a fight where you are going up against one target, because one, they are going to do trash damage, especially with the LD. The requirement to trigger twice is going to be to go up against 2+ enemies. If you're going up against one, it is not going to trigger twice. So do not ever take them against one target. Now, the FR conditions, they are very easy to meet, and thankfully with the twins, while their FR is active, they do provide everything that you need so that you are able to meet all of the conditions. So you will roughly get between a 70 to 80% increase in the HP damage bonus, which is not too bad. It's about average when you take a look at some of the previous FRs that we have had. So it's not bad whatsoever. Also, while you are dealing elemental weakness damage up, the party is going to be getting that HP damage up and HP damage cap up being at 50%, which is really good. Now, talking about HP damage cap up, one thing that I do want to note about the twins that I definitely want to make sure that people know is the fact that the HP damage cap up to themselves and the party is actually pretty high. So when you are going up against 3+ enemies, for the twins themselves, as long as there are 3 enemies on the field, they are going to be getting to themselves a 30% HP damage cap up. But for the party is going to be getting a 60% HP damage cap up, and that adds on top of the 30% for the twins. So the twins right there alone with their BT effect is going to be an easy 90%. Then you got to add in their 7-star armor, then the ultimate weapon, you know, all that good stuff. So it's definitely going to be higher than that. And then of course, if you have a support character that is providing HP damage cap, then that is going to be much higher percentage for the twins. But on average, seeing as how there's not really too many fights that you are going up against 3+ enemies, the twins will normally or usually get a 20% HP damage cap up, and the party is going to be getting a 40% HP damage cap up, which in my opinion is a pretty big difference when you take a look at some of the previous characters. Like, take example like Kurosame. Kurosame provides a 50% party HP damage cap up, and there's no like big requirement when it comes to how many enemies there is in the field. Kurosame is going to provide that whatsoever. Like, it doesn't matter, right? But the twins, there is a bit of a requirement when it comes to that, which is why the twins, I do feel like they are similar to Balthier when it comes to situational. Like, if you are going up against multiple enemies, the twins can be a pretty good add-on. It could be a pretty good third slot character when it comes to team comps, to take advantage of the HP damage cap and everything else that they do offer. Or they could potentially be your main DPS. Just depends on how many targets you are going up against. So as you can see, the more enemies that you have in the field, the bigger advantages that you are able to gain out of the twins. So the twins, for me myself, I'll be honest with you guys, after I pulled for the FR, and I think I even greened them too, after their release, I do not remember the last time that I used them. Like, again, the twins are more so like a super situational type of character where you're not always going to use them in every single fight. Like, let's say, I don't know, like Aerith or Quina or something like that. Like the twins are the type of characters where you like, if you want to use them, you can, or if you know that they are going to excel in that fight, then the twins would be a good option for that fight as well. So they are a bit of a situational character, in my opinion. Though, like, if you are considering pulling, because in my opinion, I don't really think that you should pull for the twins. I honestly feel that the twins are a very strong and safe skip. But overall, if you are going to be pulling for the twins, do note that you need to make sure that you have everything in their kit, BT Plus and whatnot, so that way you can take advantage of every single thing that they offer. Because if you are missing, let's say, like the BT, and if you're going to be only rocking the FR, then you're not really getting anything out of them, and you pretty much like wasted your high power stones maxing out the FR, thinking that that will be enough for the twins. You definitely need that BT for the twins to get the maximum output out of them. So in my opinion, the twins, yeah, they sound nice on they do sound nice on paper, but I do feel like they're not really all that, and I feel like you can easily pass up on them, especially because we do have other banners dropping this month. We do have other banners coming up here in the next few months as well, that I feel like you should put your resources towards those specific banners instead of the twins. So in my opinion, I do feel like you can easily skip the twins. Other than that though, guys, that's going to be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below if you're going to be pulling for Balthier and or the twins. And of course, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.